Welcome back. Today's March 30th, Thursday. Just wanted to show you a little update. We've been making pretty good progress here on the exhaust. See, we got this tied in. We got all the pieces. So this is coming down. Essentially that becomes like a collector off the header to a V-band clamp, 2.5 inch. And then it reduces down to 2 inch. Goes along, and another V-band clamp where it heads to the muffler. So this side is fabricated up to the muffler. This side is closely behind. You see we come down out of the header, straight down on this one. You see this one angles over to get away from the back of the starter motor a little quicker, so hopefully that'll go in. That can go in and out without removing the exhaust. This one here, all we had to miss was the oil filter. So anyway, again, down to a V-band clamp, 2.5 inch V-band clamp, and then it reduces from 2.5 to 2, runs along and is heading towards the muffler. Obviously this has to get cut for the duplicate clamp to that on this one. And there's the next offset going into the muffler. Okay, well, Scott's not going to make it here this afternoon, so this is all the progress I have made for today. You see, I got this piece. That last elbow needs to get tacked on. I just got it taped there now for for mock-up. So that's in the muffler. I moved this muffler back so it matches that muffler, because I think that's gonna, well, I know that's gonna work better for us here. This offset you see is the same place coming over the top of this temporary. So in other words, it puts everything in the same place. The other piece that had the swedge on both ends, I cut that in half and I got that sticking out of both mufflers. See? And I cut that to length, and I've got the flange ready to weld on that. The flange for the clamp, for the V-band clamp, is ready to weld on the end of that. So that's as much as I've gotten done today. Oh, and I went and picked up these. These were in the other garage. They're exhaust tips. They were in the other garage over there, the storage garage. So I went and picked them up so we could put them on when we get to this part back here where the pipe's going to come out, exit the chassis. On this vehicle, I'm going to go straight out. I'm going old school. I'm going 50s style. So I want the pipe sticking straight out the back with chrome tips. So like I said, it looks like something you would have seen in 1955. All right, so anyway, we'll see you guys here again tomorrow. Bye. Okay, here we are again, making a little more progress. It's Friday the 31st of March. So here we are. This one, yeah, I showed you this before. We had all that wood stuff in here, temporary stuff in here. Here's the passenger side going up to the muffler. We finished this one this afternoon so far. The driver's side going up to the muffler. So now we gotta go out the other end, up over the top, and out the back. And then make hangers. Permanent hangers. There you go. There it is. In all its simplicity. Okay, so tell me, what do you think of this idea? This is where the pipes are going to exit the back of the truck. So this is Scott's idea, how to install this, how to fabricate and install this. So I'll show you more of this. This is half of what we're going to do here. I'll show you the other half when we get it hung up here, and then you'll see how we're going to do this. I think it should work out really well. Good morning. It is Saturday, April 1, April Fool's Day. Won't try and trick anyone here. We're trying to establish, create, you might call it a fixture to hold the remaining two pieces of the pipe while we attempt to connect them to the part of the system that's already, the mufflers, the part of the system that's already fabricated. So we're going to put these two pieces, this is where the pipes are going to come straight out and under the roll rear pan. I'm old school, so rather than running the pipes over towards the edge and turning them down, I'm going the old school method. I don't know. May want to come down a little, I'm not sure. How do you want to determine that with something in between or a level or what? So you're looking for a piece of ½ inch?
½ inch is too much. It's tight, it goes in though.
Let's adjust it to that. And that feels, that's workable.
Okay.
Let me have the rules. Just for the hell of it.
What are you trying to say?
Let's see how parallel they are. They ought to be pretty parallel. If I got the boards in the right spot.
Measure the ends.
That's 25 and 9/16. Huh, guess what? That's 25 and 9/16.
Shocker.
Huh?
Shocker.
Yeah. And it looks parallel to the cross member. We know it's parallel up and down. So that ought to be good. And you're wondering where it should stop?
Oh, I'm not wondering. I just thought you might want to see a comparison.
Well, I don't think we should go any longer than that with the pipes. We can let those stick out if we want any more projection. You know what I mean? If anything, we want these short so we can, you know, adjust those. They're long enough that that's a good length for those, I think. Like you say, there's nothing on the back of this truck. You're going to see the pipes no matter where they end up.
I just think it looks funny when you have that straight sticking out below the radius.
Yeah.
It looks not neat, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I know the 50s were rough and not neat.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm not that concerned about that detail, though. It's just how it the whole picture looks is all I'm concerned with. Like I say, I think you're going to see the pipes no matter where they are.
Yeah, that's
For length, there's nothing on the back of this truck. You're going to see the pipes, and that's all I want. That's all I'm looking for. So they're noticeable. Like I was just saying when I was setting that up. The 50s is kind of when all that dual exhaust stuff started becoming an issue. Where, like you said, they had the pipes going up the back of the trucks. They had them sticking out. They weren't hiding them, for sure. They weren't hiding them like you're doing on your car. And even if you did that on here, you'd still see them. You'd see them pointing down instead of sticking out. There wouldn't be a whole lot of difference. You're still going to see them.
whatever. It's your truck.
I'm just saying, there isn't a lot of difference on this vehicle because it's so exposed in the back. You can't bury them. All right, so we're ready to run the pipe, the rest of it. And I'm gonna turn this off for now. Okay, so maybe I can give you a better look of
4 3/4.
what this looks like. It's hard. There's no good place here to film. You know, there's just not enough room. But anyway, that's what they look like. So now we're gonna go, like I said, between the mufflers and these, we got something to work to. Well, we're trying to work our way to the end of this, and it's not giving in. Instead of becoming easier, it seems like it's becoming harder. So this side, man, it's hard to show you anything here. This side is done. Obviously, we got to trim that off. It's way too long, but it's out to the end. tacked together. We're doing the last 2 offsets on this one now. And like I said, it's not giving up easy. Okay, well, it's Sunday, 4:30ish. And this is where we ended up today. See, this side is actually done out to the end. It's actually got to be trimmed here. It's sticking out way too far, see? And this side is fabricated up to the clamp. The other two, the last 2 offsets, the offset coming down and the offset going out towards the outside, is fabricated. It just needs to be installed. They just need to be installed. They are. One of them's over here. The other one's over there in the back on the other table. That's the sideways one, the one that's goes the way it's laying right now. The other one is the vertical one. So that's where we ended up today. Hello there, and welcome back to Blue Heinz Garage. It is Thursday, April 6th. And I've been busy. A little busy. I mean, I haven't spent days, but I've been busy trying to get construct some hangers for this exhaust system. And you see, I got one done on this side that I'm kind of happy with. It's a little difficult in here. There's the frame is way the hell up there, and it's buried in all kinds of other fuel lines, brake lines, cross members, all kinds of stuff. So it's difficult, if not impossible, to hang off. Besides that, it's too far away from the pipes. So I'm trying to use this center cross member. You see the tubular cross member up here. And it's not even positioned very well. You see what I had to do here? I like to run the hanger off of the frame so it's under the piece coming off of the tubing, off of the exhaust. Well, I can't do that here because of the conditions. That has to be on top instead of on the bottom. And then the 2 pipes aren't the same either. Coming off the header on this side, you see we came down straight and then went over. This one here, we angled over, and we went over further. So it's not as close to the cross member above it for support. So you see, I drew up a different style support on this side, and I came out here last night after dinner and built that. It's ready to weld, but I don't like it. I'm not happy with it. It just doesn't look. That looks way better, and not only does it look better, but the 2 different styles on that close to each other looks funky too. It just looks out of place. So I'm going to draw up another one that looks like this. I've got I can draw the 2 pipes here, the upper cross member and the exhaust. I've got dimensions. I've drawn that out already for the hanger you see there. So you can see there it is right there. The big circle is the exhaust. The smaller one up higher is the tubular cross member, the chassis cross member. So I know the dimensions. I know the placement of the 2 pieces of tubing. That's the hard part, getting those in the right spot so they're accurate, and I can draw the hanger full size on the sheet here, on the paper here. Actually, that's a file folder that I'm using to draw on. So I'm going to duplicate what's here as far as the placement of the 2 pieces of tubing, and then draw another hanger that comes as close as possible to the one on the the driver's side, and we'll see how that looks. So let's see how that works out. Okay, well, there's the drawing. Assuming my dimensions, my measurements on the vehicle are accurate, it ought to work. You see, I got dimension. I made it full scale, so you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Full size. So the dimensions ought to work. All I got to do is build it, and I got that piece from one of the earlier brackets that didn't work. So all I got to make is the L-shaped piece that goes up to the upper cross member. Let's give it a shot. Okay, well, I think you probably would agree. That looks better. Way better than that other one that was up there. And it looks way more like that one. You know, they kind of match. I mean, they're a bit different because the pipes aren't in the same location, but they're the same style at least. I like it a lot better. Okay, this is what we've been looking for. Yay. They're hanging there by the supports, you see.
For that day.
Yay. There's the supports. And believe me, the supports kick my ass on this one. See that up there? You see there's a lot of tight spots. We got a couple more we're still working on the back. The very back. But here we are. We gotta get rid of those. Those rods right there. Anyway, later. Hello there. Welcome back to Blue Heinz Garage. It is April 10th, Monday. Day after Thanksgiving. Don't rush it. Day after Easter. Hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. Well, we finished here Saturday afternoon with all of the hangers, the last of the hangers. Took the temporary supports out from under the mufflers. I was able to, you can't hardly see up there, I don't think. I was able to get rid of those threaded rods that were holding the temporary supports and dress the chassis where I cut off the spot welds. It came nice and smooth. Scott made the final two supports. One of them is right there. The other one on this side, same thing, is, there it is, right there. What he did is used a piece of 3/8 thick material, made a square out of it, tacked it up there, drilled a hole through the 3/8 material and the cross member. Remember that cross member we modified, we added this piece. That cross member, I don't recall, was either 1/8 inch or 3/16 wall material. So you got 3/8 at least plus 1/8, maybe 3/16. So there's roughly a 1/2 inch worth of threads there, maybe 9/16 worth of threads there. So then he tapped out the hole that he drilled. So the bolts screw right into those square pieces. The bolts for the hanger screw right into those two pieces. So right now what I'm doing, we removed those. There was more temporary stuff up here, remember, and the pipes were hanging way out the back. Remove those pipes, and I'm cutting them off now. That one's cut. There's the tips that are going to go on. I'll show you those. I'd like to get your opinion on those, and I'll tell you more about that when I get the two pipes back up there. And you can look at the back end of this with the two pipes. Maybe I'll even put it down on the ground. And I'd like to get your opinion, everybody that's watching this. So more later. Okay, well there you go. There they are. They're cut off. Now I'm going to put tips on them. I'm not sure. They may need to get cut one more time because I'm not sure where I want the tips to end up. If I want them to end up right there or shorter, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe the pipes need to be shorter and the tips end up there. I don't know. We'll find out. But there they are so far. Now I'm gonna put the jewelry on next. That's The last part is the, you know, the dressing. You're going to put the jewelry on, and I'll show you what they look like, and then I want your opinion. All right? Okay, I don't know how well this is going to show up because I'm walking towards the light, or filming towards the light. But I don't know, can you see those? Here, let's do this. Really hard here.
You got to get down at that level.
Well, I'm trying to get a shot of it from the, yeah, okay, I'll try getting down at that level. Maybe it won't, the lens won't be seeing so much light either. No, I cannot make it open up. There, that opened up. But, yeah. Yeah, so tell me what you think of those. I'd like to have your opinion on these. Scott likes them buried. He likes the tips pointing down, number one. And he likes them so that you don't see them, if possible.
I like them there. You're inclined to like them there.
Let's see if I can.
Which I think is too far out.
No, I don't want them that far out either. I want them like this one. Like that one. That one to me is too far out. I don't want that much pipe hanging out. I want them to look like that. And see, like I say, to try to explain my desires, my like and dislikes. I'm an old fart. I was born in 1943. So the mid-50s, when this vehicle is intended to be reminiscent of what you would have seen driving around, particularly the San Francisco Bay Area in 1955. There was still quite a few Model A's floating around. Not so many of these. I never saw a lot of these trucks. Usually the trucks that you saw, the Model A trucks you saw, were the 3031 version with the metal top. Not this one. That's all fabric. Even the 3031 has an insert in the middle, but it's got metal on the edges. This one has no metal on the edges. It's all fabric. And you didn't see too many of these, but you did still see in the mid-50s. In 55, you still saw quite a number of Model A's running around. They typically, if anybody felt more than a transportation vehicle, they put 35 Ford spokes on them, wider tires, got rid of the Model A tires. And that's kind of what I'm looking for on this. That's the kind of wheel I plan on using permanently on this, a 35 Ford. Probably wheel Vintique aftermarket, but 35 Ford spoke style. And then, like I say, for me, being 1955, I would have been 12 years old, just starting to get into cars. I was already a car nut. And Model A was already my favorite car. But where I'm going with this is dual exhaust was a big deal because all the original factory cars up until that period had one exhaust pipe. Dual exhaust was a factory option you could order when you bought a new car. I want dual exhaust. And they all showed. Obviously they came out the back, thinking 55 Chevy, they had a tip on them that pointed the exhaust down, and they had a bow tie or some sort of Chevy emblem on the top. The tip was hanging out far enough that you could see an emblem, a Chevrolet icon, emblem at the back of them. So having dual exhaust, made you modern, trendy. So like I said, dual exhaust is a big deal. I want people to notice the dual exhaust on this. I don't want to hide them. That's my thinking. But like I said, I'd like to hear your opinion. So in the comments or in the thumbs up thing, if you like the idea of the pipes showing at the back like I'm doing here, instead of trying to hide them or pull or face them down so you don't see them as much, give me either a thumbs up or give me a comment that tells me what your opinion is. Like or dislike, give me a comment. Tell me what your opinion is. Thank you. As always, thanks for watching. Bye.